Hello everybody, SirMonkeySuit here, back again with Suzumiya Haruhi. We are on episode 5. I have been having a bit of trouble recording these because, well, first of all, there's multiple issues with trying to find a legitimate source that I can use to actually watch it and record it, because every time I seem to record it, the audio for the sound from the episode actually is removed. So there's a few issues trying to get around it, but I'm trying my best. That's why it's so, it's been so long in between episodes and stuff. So just bear with me. I will get around to it eventually and get everything sorted. Still trying to find solutions and things to so I can actually speed up the process and get it like out at normal times. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay, so shit has really picked up in the last couple episodes. We have everyone in the club, aside from Kyon, who seems to be a normal human, although for all intents and purposes he could not be. He could be someone different, he just doesn't know it. We have an alien, a time traveler, and an Esper. And they're all congregating in this club, obviously, to keep an eye on Suzumiya. So, because she's sort of like a she's an odd figure. She's just apparently, like, to some of them, she's just appeared in this time. They're sending fucking, I don't know, it's sending data off the charts because she's suddenly just turned up. Seemingly from last episode, Yuki seems to be of the mind that she is able to turn will into absolute information. So the fact that she's like making this club and whatnot, it does make sense, because she was hoping that there would be a transfer student to transfer in, and because of that, like because of her will to want that to happen, it actually did end up happening with whatchamacallit, Koizumi. So yeah, I believe that is the case. She is able to just will stuff into being, so she probably has the capability of dangerous power, and I don't know how far they're willing to go with it, so we'll see. We'll find out. And whatnot. So yeah, I think it's just going episode by episode at the minute, and just seeing what kind of shenanigans and whatnot she can get up to. But yeah, we had fucking information control with what's her name? Fucking the other character who we kind of know. Is it Ryoko? Apparently she is the same as Yuki. She was sort of like created as like an alien sort of informant kind of thing. She's the same as Yuki, and she was actually Yuki's backup unit, who went a bit crazy and wanted Suzumiya to actually change because she felt like nothing was changing, so she was going to kill Kyon. Yuki stepped in. It was a whole fucking battle. Everything went crazy. They were able to just kind of transfer just the thought of information, like everything being almost like a simulation, like the Matrix kind of shit, you know what I mean? Just being able to change stuff with our mind and all of that. It's crazy shit. It's completely picked up, totally different from episode 1, but yeah, but we'll get in episode 5 and see what we get. So without further ado, let's go.
女子と肩を並べて下校するなんてな、実に学生青春ドラマ的で、俺だってそういう生活を夢に見なかったかというと嘘になる。とも楽しくないのはどうしたことだろう。あっちね。何か言った？いや、何も。そろそろ長友住んでるマンションだな。
Oh, they're going to Yuki's place. Was she able to figure out that he was talking in his mind, or what? What was that? Oh, they lived in the same apartment as where Yuki lives. That makes sense if they're the same. They're both like alien things, so maybe she's the same. Who knows how many people in this apartment is an alien.
朝倉がいつからここに住んでたか調べる必要があるわね。
もう空き部屋なんだ。開くはずないだろ。
ここに住んでた朝倉涼子さんの友達なんですけど、彼女ったら急に引っ越しちゃって連絡先とかわかんなくて困ってるんです。 いつから朝倉さんがここに入ってたのか教えてほしいんです。
こういう常識的な口の利き方もできるのか。
505号室の朝倉さんに引っ越し屋が来た様子もないのに部屋が空っぽになってどぎも抜かれたわ。
いつぐらいからここに住んでたんですか
？3年ほど前だったかな。めんこいお嬢さんがわしんとこに和菓子の折り詰め持ってきたから覚えとる。
子供を一人暮らしさせるためにわざわざローンを組んで買うとは思えないんですけど。
いやいや、ローンでなくて一括ニコニコ現金払いじゃった。えれえ金持ちじゃと思った
う
もんじゃ。
まく聞き出すもんだ。探偵にでもなればいい。
そうね。その娘さんは今にきっと美人になるべ。取り逃がすんでないよ。
あら？ひょっとしてあんたもこのマンションなの？奇遇ね。
どう考えても奇遇じゃないだろ。
だったら朝倉のこと何か聞いてない？転校したの知ってるでしょ？メガネどうしたの？
俺を見られても困る。
気をつけて。
Wonder how much like.
俺もう帰っていいか？
あんたさ、自分がこの地球でどれほどちっぽけな存在なのか自覚したことある？
何を言い出すんだ？
私はある。忘れもしない。小学生の6年生の時、家族みんなで野球を見に行ったのよ。見渡す限り人だらけなのよ。野球場の向こうにいる米粒みたいな人間がびっしりうごめいてるの。親父に聞いてみたのよ。ここは一体どれだけの人がいるんだって。満員だから5万人くらいだろうって親父は答えた。実はこんなの日本全体で言えばほんの一部に過ぎないんだって。家に帰って電卓で計算してみたの。日本の人口が1億数千万ってのは社会の時間に習っていたから、それを5万で割ってみるとたった2000分の1。私はまた愕然とした。私なんてあの球場にいた人混みの中のたった一人でしかなくて、それまで私は自分がどこか特別な人間のように思ってた。もうそうじゃないんだってその時気づいた。私が世界で一番楽しいと思っているクラスの出来事も、こんなの日本のどの学校でもありふ
So
れ
she
たもの
wants
で
to
し
seek
かないん
out
だ。
something that's totally
日
unordinary
本
then.
全国
That's the
全
whole
ての
point.
人間から見たら普通の出来事でしかない。
Okay.
夜歯を磨いて寝るのも、朝起きて朝ごはんを食べるのも、どこにでもあるみんながみんなやってる普通の日常なんだと思うと、途端に何もかもがつまらなくなった。バックを卒業するまで私はずっとそんなことを考えてた。
It's ironic that she's the one that feels this way.
面白いことは待っててもやってこないんだってね。
Was that when it
そうやって私はいつ
changed?
の間にか高校生になってた。
She said in 6th grade,
少しは
so
何かが変わると思ってた。
電車のおかげで俺はここで突っ込むべきなのか、何か哲学的な引用でもしてごまかした方がいいのか考える時間を得た。そうか、こんなことくらいしか言えない自分がちょっと憂鬱だ。
帰る。
Hello everybody, just a reminder that if you go to the link in the description of my Patreon and get the early access tier for $5 a month, you can gain access to 4 episodes of Suzumiya Haruhi every single week. Of course, like I said before, there has been some issues with recording it, so, you know, it might take me a while to get round to that, but that's what I'm hoping for. As long as I can get up 4 episodes a week, that's what I'm looking at. So yeah, again, in the description below to my Patreon, you get the early access tier for $5 a month. On with the video. I'm just thinking, what grade are they in now?
いつぞやの約束を果たそうと思いまして、少しばかりお時間をいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
鈴宮絡
That
み
was
で
lucky.
鈴宮さん絡みで。
えらくいいタイミングでタクシーが来
And
た
no
もん
shit.
だ。
この間、超能力者ならその証拠を
So
見
did he
せよ
just
とおっしゃったでしょ。
わざわざ遠出する必要があるのか。
僕が超能力者的な力を
Did
発
he
揮
just
するの
summon
は
a taxi? Is that
とある場所、とある条件下でないと。人間原理という言葉をご存知ですか？
ご存知でないな。
先日めて言えば、宇宙があるべき姿をしているのは、人間が観測することによって初めてそうであることを知ったからだという理論です。
ちっともわからん。
basically as far as our brain allows us
故に
to
宇宙
think?
はあ
Like,
りとでも言い換えましょうか。ならば宇宙を観測する人類がもし地球でここまで進化することがなかったら、観測するものがない以上、宇宙はその存在を誰にも知られることがない。つまり あってもなくても同じことになってしまう。人類がいるからこそ宇宙は存在を知られているという人間本位な理屈のことです。なぜ宇宙はこうも人類の生存に適した形で創造されたのか。重力定数があるいは粒子の質量比がわずかでも違っていたなら宇宙がこのような世界になることはなかったでしょう。何も僕は全知全能たる絶対神が人間の造物種であるなどと信仰しているわけではありません。人間原理を引き合いに出したのはものの例えですよ。鈴宮さんの話はまだです。彼女には願望を実現する能力がある。鈴宮さんは宇宙人がいるに違いない、そうであってほしいと願った。だから長門由紀がいる、同様に未来人もいてほしいと思った。だから朝比奈未来がここにいる、そして僕も彼女に願われたからというただそれだけの理由でここにいるんですよ。ある日突然僕は自分にある能力とどう使うべきかをなぜか知っていた。僕と同じ力を持つ人間が僕と同様に力に目覚めたこともね。我々だって信じられなかった。一人の少女によって世界が変化、いやひょっとしたら想像されたのかもしれないなんてこともね。ないもの。
So he had a life before 3 years ago, but he just didn't gain his powers until 3 years ago. Is that what you're saying?
世界を自由に想像できるなら今までの世界をなかったことにして望む世界を一から作り直せばいい。
だったら春日に自分の正体を明かしたらいい。超能力者が実在すると知ったら喜ぶぞあいつ。世界をどうにかしようとは思わないかもしれん。
それはそれで困るんですよ。鈴宮さんが超能力なんて日常に存在するのが当たり前だと思ったなら世界は本当にそのようになります。人や未来人や超能力者が存在してほしいという願望とそんなものがいるはずがないという常識論が鈴宮さんの中ではせめぎ合っているのですよ。しかしその実鈴宮さんはまともな思考形態を持つ一般的な人種なんですよ。あなたのせいですよ。
俺がどうしたって？
怪しげなクラブを作るように吹き込んだのはあなたです。その結果鈴宮春日に関心を抱く3つの勢力の末端が一堂に会することになってしまった。
He must have summoned that taxi, because as if that guy who was driving the taxi just listened to that whole thing.
しばし目を閉じていただけませんか。ほんの数秒で済みます。
Is he in the middle of a road?
何の真似だ、気持ち悪い。
次元断層の隙間、
Shit.
我々の世界とは隔絶された閉鎖空間です。
Was it like purgatory or
ちょ
something?
うどこの横断歩道の真ん中がこの閉鎖空間の壁でしてね。僕の持つ力の一つがこの空間に侵入することなんですよ。今この時でも外部では何ら変わらない日常が広がっていますよ。普通の人がここに迷い込むことはめったにありません。
So did nobody notice them just
閉
walking
鎖
into
空間
nothing?
はまだ一つ明らかなのは鈴宮さんの精神が不安定になるとこの空間が生まれるってことです。閉鎖空間の現実を僕は探知することができ、そこに入ることもできる。言うなれば僕には鈴宮さんの理性を反映した能力が与えられているのです。この状況を見てほとんど驚いていませんね。
So basically, the more erratic she is, the more power he has. Is that what it is? The hell is that?
鈴宮さんのイライラが限界に達するとあの巨人が出てくるようです。ああやって周りをぶち壊すことでストレスを発散させているんでしょう。現実世界で暴れさせるわけにもいかないからこうして閉鎖空間を生み出しその内部のみで破壊行動をする。なかなか
So it's like being inside of our head, essentially.
見てください。僕の闘志ですよ。僕と同じように鈴宮さんに力を与えられた。さて僕も参加しなければ。
This is nuts.
でたらめだな、もう。これ以上何があるんだ。
あの怪物の消滅に伴い閉鎖空間も消滅します。ちょっとしたスペクタクルですよ。
The whole dimension breaks, or the whole gap between the dimension breaks open again. Yeah.
あの青い怪物を我々は神の人、神人と呼んでいます。神人は鈴宮さんの精神活動と連動している。そして我々もそうなんです。例えば今僕には何の力もありません。神人の活動を放置しておくわけにはいきません。なぜなら神人が破壊すればするほど閉鎖空間も拡大していくからです。放っておけばどんどん広がっていって そのうち全世界を覆い尽くすでしょう。そうなれば最後、あちらの灰色の空間が我々のこの世界と入れ替わってしまうのですよ。鈴宮さんの動向には注意しておいてください。ここしばらく安定していた彼女の精神が活性化の兆しを見せています。
そうなるもんでもないんじゃ
So
ない
Kion's important to keep
そ
her
れはどう
grounded
でしょ
then.
うか。
That's the whole
僕
point,
と
I
して
think,
は
isn't
あなたに全ての下駄を預けてしまってもいいと思ってるんですがね。
もし俺に予知能力があって翌日あんな途方もない事態が到来することが分かっていたとしたらとてものんきにしてはいられなかっただろうが。
Okay. Interesting. Okay, episode 5. Right, that was an interesting one. I like that. It's sort of given me a more a bigger understanding of exactly what this show is, which I like, because, you know, up until, you know, and again, it could be due to like the order in which they because they had the broadcast order and then the chronological and whatnot, and I'm obviously watching it in chronological, so you know, the story's coming at me at different points as opposed to the other people that may watch it differently. But this episode's given me a sort of a concrete idea of exactly what the show's going for, whereas obviously the previous ones, it's kind of just an amalgamation of just chaos and like just confusion. You know what I mean? So right. Right, well, first of all, I'll start from the very beginning. So, was Suzumiya there able to hear Kion's thoughts? Because I feel like at the very beginning there, he was only talking to himself in his own head, and he never said a word. And then she was like, what, did he say something? So I don't know. Because I don't know what the extent of her powers is, really, if it's just the will to create something and then it's created. I don't know if it just if there's powers that go beyond that, or if that is the only power she has, unless her will was to able to hear Kion's thoughts, to hear what he was thinking. If she's thinking in her head, I wish I knew what he was thinking, then maybe she would be able to pick up on it, but I don't know. Also, the alien apartments thing, the fact that obviously Yuki and Asakura lived in the same building is not too far-fetched. I mean, you'd imagine that, considering Asakura was Yuki's backup unit, that they would live in similar, in the same place. It just makes me wonder, I was wondering if that whole building was reserved for a lot of those, like a lot of those aliens, you know what I mean? Because I'm not sure if they have, did Yuki say they were only, they're not only looking out for Suzumiya, right? There's other things going on as well, right? I don't know. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? You'd imagine that they would stay close to home, so I imagine, you know, there's probably more aliens that live in that apartment. But obviously I don't know yet. 3 years Asakura lived there. Again, it always comes back to 3 years ago when this like anomaly kind of thing happened, so it's not surprising that's when she turned up. Same with Yuki as well. Now, it's interesting how Suzumiya mentions 6th grade. What grade are they in now? For fuck's sake, I can't remember them saying, because it might have been a while ago. I don't know. I don't know what grade they're in now, because that could change something. That could like change my thought process on what exactly is possibly happened here. Like, because if they're in like 10th or even 11th, which I don't think they are, I'm trying to think of exactly what their school system's like, because it's completely different in like where I live, you know what I mean? We've got a like a first school, middle school, and then high school. We don't have like, you know, primary school, secondary school, junior high, you know what I mean? So the whole thing could be completely different. But I'm just wondering if they're in like 10th grade or whatever. That gives like a year in which before her powers were realized. You know what I mean? She said it wasn't 6th grade, so it's somewhere around there where the power thing started coming into play. Because they're definitely like around. They've got to be like around 9th, 10th grade, right? They have to be at this point. So it was in and around that time, and that was when she realised how small her existence was. So her powers coming to her could just, like, she might not even be the catalyst for all these things happening. It just apparently that's where they seem to focus their sort of, that's where they're getting this sort of, I don't know, their calculations is from her. But it's interesting that if she was leading a life before this ever happened, and it wasn't like she just popped into being 3 years ago, that she got her powers at the same time this whole thing happened, you know what I mean? So there could be an outside force that has given her that sort of power and everything, or, you know, she's just been given a power that sort of alerts everything to that presence, you know what I mean? It's just interesting. I just find it, because I find it really ironic that she's the one that thinks this, like she's the one that realizes how small her existence is, when in reality she's the one, at least from what I know of now, she's the one that's causing all of this weird shit going on, you know what I mean? She's able to just will things into being, essentially. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. I like Itsuki's talk about like the human principle thing and all of that, because from my understanding, and this is funny, I call it like from my understanding of what the human principle is literally human understanding. Like that's what it is. Like as far as our knowledge of something happening is all based upon what we know as humans, because you know it's only how much our brain allows us to actually understand. I believe that's what the human principle is. Like the possibility of something existing past our understanding, like, you know, if a god exists or whatever, we can understand, like, you know, people can understand and, you know, believe in God and whatever, but to what extent does their power even reach? You know, there could be a point in which you don't even understand that power. I think it's the same thing of like, well, you know, there could have never been a point in time where there was nothing, because nothing to us doesn't make sense. Like something can't just pop into being, you know what I mean? And I think that's interesting, considering the fact that that's what I thought, and that's what they kind of almost gather with Suzumiya, is that she, like, it just all of a sudden, like, they never really truly said that she just popped into existence, but, you know, it's like the same thing as like with, you know, if you go down like the more scientific route, or if you're more atheist, you know, and you, I don't know, you believe in the Big Bang and all of that, and then you think, well, how does that, what do you mean Big Bang, how does that happen? Like how does something just appear out of nothing? But then if you believe in God, well, how does God become then? Because at some point there would have had to have been nothing. The problem is that our human understanding, we can't even begin to understand how something like that would even happen, because our understanding of nothing is literally nothing. We can't explain it. So I believe that's what the human principle is. I believe that's what he was talking about, and I think there's whole things about it goes on the same thing. Like if, you know, if nobody is looking at a tree in a forest and it falls down, does that tree even make a sound because nobody's around there to hear it and kind of shit? It's that kind of stuff. It's you know, and all of that can go to like the understanding of how, I like how they're all different, how Itsuki and Yuki and Asahina, we haven't really got a real clear cut like clear-cut detail or information from Asahina regarding her thought process around this. But with Itsuki and Yuki, I like how they are coming at it. They are very similar, but they are coming at it from completely different angles, you know what I mean? Yuki's sort of world, like, is so different from Itsuki's, but it's like they kind of overlap and are so like they're so comparable, but they're different, or they're similar but incomparable. That's probably the best way to put it. With Yuki and all that, it's like simulations and stuff like that, and zeros and ones that can go past like human understanding and stuff like that. If we all live in a simulation, you never know, do you? Like, it's like that whole thing of like, how do you know you weren't just born yesterday with all the memories of what happened in what you perceived to be the years before? You could have just been created with those memories, you know what I mean? So you would never be able to tell someone that you actually truly weren't created last Thursday. I think that's actually what it's called. It's like last Thursdayism or something. It could have been any day, like last Wednesdayism. It doesn't matter. It's like the point is that you can never argue that you were never created. Like, you know what I mean? You could have been created yesterday, and you would never be able to like refute that. You can't argue against that because you would like there's something you just can't argue against. But it's interesting questions, and I always like it, so it's cool. Itsuki talking about a gap in between dimensions that's only created when Suzumiya is sort of irritable or erratic, or I guess her kind of she gets to a point where she's so like annoyed with how boring the world is that are kind of just like she's just I don't know, I guess these kind of worlds and situations are created because of her sort of mental instability kind of thing going on. So that's interesting. It's almost like when this gap is open, that's almost like a gap into her mind kind of thing, and that's what the Espas are battling is her emotions, which I kind of find interesting considering how I feel like that's how an Espa's supposed to be. Like an Espa's supposed to be when I said like episodes ago or whatever that Espas to me, my understanding of an Espa is someone who's psychic, and normally that's someone that feeds on emotion or feeling, you know what I mean? Which I find interesting that that's how they're battling like her demons, almost like it's like mental demons, you know what I mean? It's kind of an interesting take on it. I quite like that. But yeah, depending on how erratic she is, I guess depends on how big it is, and eventually if it was just left unchallenged, if they just left it to go, it would just eventually take over the world, and yeah, I guess it would replace the old world with this new one, and God knows what will happen then. No pun intended there. Yeah, and they're called Divine Men, apparently. Interesting. And I feel like Kyon is important because he's so grounded in reality that like he's almost the only one that can sort of keep her that way, keep her at peace. I think that's his sort of role in this whole thing, and that's why they always look at him to like be the one to sort it out with Suzumiya. Like that's why they keep looking to him to do it and not do it themselves, because he's the only one that can do it. So yeah, very good, very interesting episode. I like that episode a lot. We're getting somewhere with this. I like it. Okay, so that is all. So thank you everyone for watching. I'm going to get an episode 6 now. But yeah, there is links in the description to certain things. One is the Discord. I urge everyone to go over there, especially if you want me to react to a certain show, because that's where polls and things start. And also, if you just want to come over and talk to me in the community, you're free to do that as well. Not Discord, Patreon. So you get a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. If you want to support me, early access tier, that's the $5 a month. So for that, you get access to 4 episodes of all of the Patreon shows I do a week. So that there's like 4 Patreon shows I do. That means you get like 16 episodes of all these different shows a week. Well, I guess 4 episodes a week. So if you're clamoring for more reactions from me more frequently, then that's where you want to go. $10 a month, that's the full length, so you get full unedited reactions of all the shows I do. Everything I react to gets a full length. $15 a month, that's the exclusive tier. So for that, you get you get an extra show which I'm currently reacting to, which is Parasite. So if you want to watch that, that's where you'll have to go, at least until it's finished, and then it'll get uploaded to YouTube for the general public. Also, all OVA reactions and all movie reactions will go into the exclusive tier as well. $50 a month, that's the elite tier. So for that, you get a choice of a show that you want me to react to, and I will react to it. It'll go at the back of the list. It might take me a while to get round to it because there's like 7 shows in the backlog. It might take me around like a while to get round there. But if you want to jump the queue and go at the very front, then you want to get God tier, which is $100, and that'll give you your choice of the show to go to the very front, which means your show will be reacted to next. But that is all. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.